feel like a bird. You keeping me happy, you getting me deep. Ask me who my search.
I gotta say word, keep getting me what I'm looking for. I just gotta tell everybody, I don't wanna keep it on the low. Goddamn, I love her. I love her. Goddamn, I love her.
Hey guys, what is poppin'? It's your girl Twanaldn, aka whatever going to be in the day, and I am back with another video. If you're new here, then welcome. We talk about everything growing and going on this channel, as well as a little bit of Notion. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in to another one of my videos. I love you so much. Our community is growing, if you could not tell already. But I actually want to give a shout out in this video to one of my subscribers, because her comment on the last video actually brought tears to my eyes, and I just had to give her a shout out in this video. And that is Joy Wagner, I think 4231, yeah. And she basically said, please stay consistent. I have a feeling you'll make it big. The fact that she believes in my channel at such an early stage obviously shows that I'm doing something right, and this is the exact reason why I'll keep showing up. You lot's comments mean so much to me, so stuff like that genuinely makes my heart warm. So I had to give Joy a shout out in this video, because you made it go tear up. Like, Joy, wasn't expecting that. Like, what are you doing? No, but seriously, I do appreciate you, Joy, so big shout out to you. But anyway, so as you can tell from today's title, I am going to be talking about how I use Notion to stay organized in my life as a 28-year-old babe, and how you can do the same. Notion has actually increased my organization and my productivity, and I just kind of want to show you how powerful Notion is and how you can use Notion to become a more organized and productive babe. I am starting a new series on this channel where I'll be showing you the basics and how to understand Notion so you guys can basically become a pro. I will also be teaching you how to make the very templates that I am showing you today. However, if you're not interested in wanting to make your own Notion template and you just want to dive straight in, I do have free and paid templates linked in the description. If any of these pages excite you or interest you, that you would want for yourself and you think would help you or benefit you, just leave a comment down below, and I will create a video on it, and I will also create it into a template so you guys can also have that for yourself. So this is just to show you the power of Notion and how I use it to stay productive and organized in my life, and how you can do the same. So I'm just gonna dive straight in, no dilly-dallying. So already, if you guys see me not giving you a lot of eye contact, it's just because I'm looking at the screen. It's nothing personal, and we're just gonna dive straight in. So I'm just gonna quickly set up the screen record. So the first template, or the first page I want to talk about, is my most viewed page. This is the page I come to every single day when I come to my Notion. It is the first page I see every single day, and that is my T Cloud, which is basically like a personalized hub. Like, think of this hub as my go-to place for everything and everything I need to know in that instant moment. So on my hub, as you can see, I have tabs at the top which are like quick accesses to other areas of my life. So for example, my goals, my planners, wellness, finances, organization, and productivity. It gives me that quick access to specific Notion pages and allows me to get that quick access to tap into those areas of my life as quick as possible. And that's why I kind of like my hub, which is why it's my most used page. But my hub is basically designed to help me keep me motivated, help me to stay up to date, kind of keep me informed, keep me on track, let me know if I'm missing out on anything, and just to key things to pay attention to. So as you can see, overall, I've got a vision boards. I do monthly vision boards because I believe in making a yearly plan, and then after that yearly plan you break it down into quarters, and I feel like after you break it down into quarters, you should break it down into months. The smaller the task or the zone that you're focusing on, the more you will get done. So I hope that kind of makes sense. If you want more information on how I set my goals and how I break it down for the year, let me know, because my yearly goals go from March to March. I've got a separate video on why I do that. So yeah, as you guys can tell, I've got my monthly vision board, and then I have this little notification dashboard. This is just kind of like as it said, it just notifies me of what's going on in my life and what I've got set. So for example, it says have a good evening, Twanaldn, like a good morning or good evening message depending on what time I get on this page, and then it kind of lets me know the date and what I have planned for the day. So for example, today I've got no plans, I've got 4 tasks to complete, and it's nobody's birthday. When you're busy in life and you're just working on you and you're on your zone, you're just focused, you can easily forget people's birthdays, you can easily forget you've got stuff to do today, and you can easily forget that you've made plans. So staying on top of this and being organized, that notification dashboard is so key, because I don't forget anything. No one's birthday, I don't forget my plans that I've made. It's just all there in my face. I also got like a mini habit report, which kind of shows me where I'm at in my mini habits that I'm tracking, if that makes sense. Well, I say new habits that I'm trying to be consistent in. Underneath that is my daily habits tracker. So this is linked to another tracker which kind of regulates it and like calculates it over a long period of time. The reason why nothing is ticked at this time is because because I'm trying to separate the 2024 year and the 2025 scorecards. Right now it's just all linked as one, and I don't want that, so I'm currently in the process of separating them into 2 separate years without duplicating this template again. In my next part, I've just got a calendar. Usually this will show what I've got planned for the month or what I've got scheduled. January is a bit of a dry month, not really much going on, so that's why it looks this empty. So yeah, that's just literally my personalized hub page, and that's it. The next page that I'm going to show you guys is my finances page. So my finances page is another key thing. It's probably one of the second pages that I use the most. It's currently not up to date, so ignore these figures. This is actually a month behind. As I was saying, this is my finance tracker, which literally covers everything in regarding finance. When I mean everything, I mean everything. It's got my current balances on all of my accounts, including my savings. It has everything broken down into quarters, where it covers my income, my expenses, and my net income. So it basically minuses my expenses from my income, and it shows what my net worth was that month. It also shows bank transfers. It also shows my monthly subscriptions. It also shows my credit scores. I track my credit score on here. I have different spending budgets for everything. So I've got something for food, bills, house, rent, shopping, learning, transport, entertainment, and all the other good stuff in my life. So say if I set a spending budget on transport over £150 for the month, that will show me how much of that I have used and kind of show me how close I am to using that monthly expense, and if I'm looking to go over. And then I just have my bills. I like to track my bills to make sure everything is paid on time. It also adds up to the bottom how much my monthly bills are worth. Again, a lot of these are blurred out because they are personal to myself. However, I just wanted to show you guys what is possible when it comes to Notion. I also have this chart up here. This is kind of new to Notion chart, and this basically shows all my expenses and how much I've spent. This is 2024, this is not 2025. So I've got obviously bills and utilities is taking up the most, and then shopping, I'm not surprised that's in second place, and then miscellaneous, and then transport. But they're all broken up into different sections. So just look at it like my online banking, accounting, budgeting system. That's the best way to describe it, because it's literally all in one. And yeah, I make notes on everything. So if I'm having a bad month, I'll note that down, and I'll probably like put little notes on my accounts. If I did ever get into an arrears with an account, or if I've missed a payment, I will note down that I've missed a payment and how much I've mispaid or whatever. It's just so flexible to allow me to fully like enhance on what it is that's going on with my finance. And I won't lie, this has truly helped me level up on my finance in general, because I used to be poor at money management, and now with this education that I have when it comes to money, it has allowed me to save a lot more. It has allowed me to invest a lot more, and you know, just be a bit more better with my finances at my age. The next page that is another big page for me is my Mind Memo page. I've called it Mind Memo because it's just basically a fancy word of saying a digital notepad, but this is basically where I store everything in terms of knowledge. So you girlies that like notepads for multiple different things, take down your notes for all different areas of your life, or for your university, for different modules. This is basically a digital version of that. You can have so many different notebooks for everything and go in, add as many pages into them, and you can just link them so that you can easily track them all. So I'm just gonna quickly show you. So at the top, I've got a little quote that says, applied knowledge is power, never stop learning. So again, I just believe in constantly learning. That even at 28, I still learn new things, and I constantly apply them to my life. So at the top, you've got all your notebooks, you've got all your notes, and you've got resources. So essentially, before we dive into those pages individually, this is all my favorite notebooks. So everything to do with mindset, which you can't be surprised, because this channel is also about self-development, self-care, logo design, because obviously at once upon a time I was a graphic designer. Don't really do graphic designing anymore. I do more video editing, which is the next notebook you can see across, blogging, and YouTube. I also have a notification dashboard on here as well, which again has like a good greeting message, and it also lets me know the dates, and it lets me know my notes. So how many notes I have to complete. So I've probably started, I've drafted them, but they're not complete. And then how many notebooks I have in total. So again, this notification board helps me to stay on track, because if I ever come back on this page and I'm like, okay, cool. So there's 9 out of 16 notes that need to be completed. Again, it shows me I have a few more pages to go back to complete. So that's kind of what that notification does. So anytime you come back to your digital notepad, you will know that you have X or Y or Z outstanding. And then after, I've got a little quote with it: with you, it's always worth the risk. And then I've got like an inbox. So again, if you're ever like on the go, or if you're just quick on your feet, or something just pops into your head that you want to learn or you want to dive into a bit more, this is what that inbox is for. This basically just helps you to capture and organize your notes. So for example here, if you press that button, add a new note, it'll put it here, and this could be anything. So say for example, you was having a conversation with a friend and you thought what she said resonated with you a lot, or something you want to try, you could just quickly go into this page, add a new note, and you could just leave it there in that inbox for you to capture later at a time when you're back at your desk or when you have more time to dive into your notes. This is just to get like that idea out of your mind and on down onto paper. Like same way you write things on like a sticky note, look at it like that. Like it's like an inbox of things, and you're going to come back to it and you're going to capture it later, link it to the right notebook, link it to the right resourcing, and then yeah, it's all done. So as you can see here, like with my 6 a.m. morning routine, it needs updating, which is why it's in this folder, but you can see it's already linked to my self-care notebook. Then at the bottom I've got my favorite notes, so my notes that I always go back to. So I've got a YouTube subscription course, as you guys could probably tell, as I do YouTube every single week, so that's something that I tap into regularly. I've got stuff for work, I've got stuff, a lot of this will be for work, and I've also got a logo design process, which kind of needs to come out there now because I don't really do logo design like that anymore. But if I wanted like to quickly access my notes, I wouldn't have to go into the notebook, look for that page. When I use it a lot already, I've just started and it's just on my homepage. And then finally at the bottom, we've just got like random notes. So again, you see how you use notes on your iPhone? This is kind of a similar thing. It's just a bit more aesthetically pleasing, you could say. It's just literally like sticky notes on a wall. An example is create a content strategy. It's just a sticky note there on my homepage of notes so that I can always refer back to and like, oh my god, yeah, I need to do that. It's not like a note that I need to capture. It's kind of more like something I need to do. So yeah, so going into a little bit more now, if you go into all your notebooks, you will see that these are all my notebooks for different things. As you guys can see, that I've got notebooks for everything. And if you tap in, so I want to give you guys a good example of like how powerful this is. For example, with my logo design notebook, this is all things logo design. But the last time it was updated was the 30th of April, which kind of shows you because I don't do it anymore. You can also see here that it links to notes, specific notes. So I've got one note linked here. If I click into it now, this will take me straight out of that notebook into the notes page itself. And in this notes page itself, this is where I will write all my notes. As you can see, look, that's my notes from the video that I've watched. And then I've also got resourcing, which links that note to that video. So if you guys can see here, there is a YouTube link, and I've put who it is, what platform it's from, and the date it was added. And then obviously if I click this link, it takes me straight to that video, literally, and then bam. So anytime if I wanted to refer back to this logo design process, if I wanted to go over it for whatever reason, I have the resourcing links directly to that, so I don't have to go searching or typing in. It's just bam, one link, I'm there, it takes me straight to that video. So yeah, it's literally that simple, and I love this because it's just easy to keep digitalized notebooks, because I've got so many notebooks that's like got stained or got lost or got damaged or it's unreadable or whatever, or not keeping it in a safe space. And now with this, I don't have to worry about losing anything. It's linked to my Notion account, which is unlimited spaces of information, and I can just consistently just add notes and notes and notes and notes and notes. A big one, which has probably got loads of notes, is probably my job, because I'm constantly learning new things. As you know, I work in construction, so there's a lot to learn in construction in terms of like CDM regulations, health and safety, building regulation, all that kind of stuff. It's, instead of trying to store that in my head, I just put it into this notebook and I can go back to it at any time. So yeah, and it's helpful because I can access this also at work. So if I came across something that I needed to learn ASAP, I can just log into my Notion at work and get access to the information via my digital notepad. This is a video template if you're interested in it, so I'll link it down in the bottom, and you guys can decide if this would be something that you'll be interested in. And then obviously most recently viewed is just like all the notebooks you've most recently viewed in that month. It's on a monthly basis. So moving on, my next page is my project management page for work. Again, as you guys know, I work in construction. It's very demanding. There's a lot going on and so much goes on at so much times. You need to stay on track and manage your projects to make sure that you are completing the project from start to end on a timely manner. Things get delayed all the times, and that's fine, but this tracker, or this page I should say, helps me to stay on track and let me know where each project is at. So overall, these are all of my active projects. As you can see, all of these are my active projects that I've got going on at the time. Yes, one person is managing all of these, but they're all at different stages, so that's the beauty of it. Then I have like a to-do list. This is where I'll kind of like set dates and plan out my days, or when stuff needs to be due, or deadlines, anything that's coming up in the week. So say if I've got something that's due tomorrow, then it will pop up tomorrow, if that makes sense. Then I've also got overdue tasks, because as much as you want to get something complete on a day, you could be waiting on someone else to do their half. So technically what you had scheduled for yourself could potentially get delayed, and that's this part. This is all my stuff that's overdue. So I've currently got 2, 4, 5 stuff overdue. This has not been updated because this is done. The first one is done. But like, yeah, I get to see my tasks, where they're at. I've also got different views to look at things in different manners. So I can look at based on the client itself. I can look at my calendar view to see where stuff are coming up. I can also look at my completed just in case like I missed something, and I can go back to completed and move it back to ongoing. I can also see the status of it, so what's not been started, what's in progress, what's on hold, and what's being reviewed by management. And then I can review everything all in one place. And again, this has just helped me to stay on track and manage everything. I then added in timesheets because we have to submit weekly timesheets. So this is basically that. This is where I basically write all my timesheets, how many hours I've done for every single thing. And yeah, it just helps me when I'm on the website where we submit our timesheets. I can just type in the project that I'm working on, how much hours I spent on it, and Bob's your uncle. And then after I've got my projects on site that are currently on site and that I'm aware of, so upcoming start dates, this is anything that's upcoming or hasn't started yet. Then I've got my calendar view where I can just see, okay, cool, where's what, where's how. And then I've also got my timeline view. I really like the timeline because it kind of shows where like, it looks like a proper project management kind of thing where like projects will overlap. This is like what's going on now, but I'll show you like maybe like before when I had like multiple projects. Like if you see here, you guys can see like a few of these are overlapping in the previous years. And that's kind of where like, that's how you know I've got like a busy month or busy couple weeks, because I have like 4 or 5 projects on site at the same time that I'm managing. So again, if it wasn't for this, I wouldn't know. Well, I would know, but this helps me to stay more on track, because before I was all over the place, and one of my skills that I wanted to work on was project management, and this is contributing to that. Next system I have is food inventory. So you're probably thinking like, am I pushing it? I'm not gonna lie to you, anything that needs organizing or anything that can be like organized into a template or a tracker, I'm gonna do it. I am not gonna lie to you. So if we go back to my homepage, this is just the quickest way to access it. If we go to organization, I have an inventory page, and that basically means I track all the groceries in my house and all like my skincare products, but we're focusing mainly on the food. So I had a really bad habit where I was going shopping and I was just overspending money on everything and everything, and I was just picking up things. I didn't really know what I needed, what was in the house, and I ended up spending way too much money, like over the budget that I needed to be spending. And it wasn't until I looked at my finances that I looked at the grocery section. I was thinking, why are you spending so much on groceries? Like, are you actually using or needing these things in your house? So I decided to create this template, and I review this every single Sunday just before I go shopping with my boyfriend. And it's literally everything in my house. Is it in stock or is it not in stock? And then I've also got, is it a high priority or is it a low priority? So that basically means a high priority item for me is something that I use all the time. So that means if it's out of stock, it has to be bought back ASAP. Low priority items are probably things that I only need for specific dishes. So an example is jerk seasoning. I only need jerk seasoning when I'm creating a jerk flavored kind of dish. So it's like, it's not a priority like that unless I'm craving that dish. Whereas like something like bread or milk or chicken and stuff like that, I use like nearly every single day. That is a higher priority because when it runs out, I have no milk, I have no bread, I have no eggs, like, and those are the things that I use on a day-to-day basis. So that's just kind of to explain the difference. And yeah, literally I just go through this every single week. Once I've done the review for this, then it gets accumulated into a shopping list, which was on my organization page. So it gets accumulated to a shopping list which will show everything that's out of stock or running low, and obviously the stuff that I'm running low I can choose if I want to buy it or not, but the stuff that are out of stock are the priority. Yeah, so it's literally just that simple. I go through that list, I do a review, check everything that's in stock or everything that's not in stock in my house, get it to add to a grocery list, and then it accumulates, and then I know actually what I'm going to buy in that weekly shop. So again, that's helped me to just spend less money and help me to just focus on what I really need. It also links with my meal prepping. So as you guys can see, I've got a meal prep up here. So this meal prepping will help me to know what I need to buy on my list. So say for example, I'm not making a jerk dish, I don't need to buy jerk seasoning if I haven't got it in stock in my house already. However, for example, say if I wanted like a pasta dish but my pasta's running low, because I know I'm cooking pasta this week, I will make sure that I buy the pasta. So do you see how they all interlink and how they all help me to stay organized in making sure that I am productive in my life? I know you guys are seeing it. And you're probably thinking, girl, you're crazy. You got a tracker for everything. Yes, I motherfucking do. Yes, I motherfucking do. But we move. The next tracker that I have is which is actually funny because it's kind of helps me to stay organized with my YouTube channel, but it's my content creation planner. And I literally made a new one for 2025 and I posted it on Threads and everyone went absolutely like bonkers about it. I am currently making it into a template, so this is not available yet. because it's so complicated, this is why it's taking some time. There's a lot of formulas, there's a lot of things that work in the back office, and I need to make sure that when you guys buy it as a template, it works efficiently with you guys. So I'm not rushing this. If whoever wants it at the time when I drop it, you guys want it. But this is my content creation planner where I basically manage all of my content creation. We're talking YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest, everything. As you guys can see on the homepage, I have a homepage for everything. All my pages have a homepage, just letting you know. On my homepage, you guys can see I have my platforms. So these are my platforms that I post on consistently, and I have my following. So I've got 182, which is not even that anymore because we're on 200 subscribers on YouTube. Then I've got 4,229 on TikTok. I've got 147 on Instagram. I've got 5 on Pinterest, and I've got 99 on Threads. This is the statistics that I put in on the 1st of January. So obviously 2 weeks in now, that's probably changed. So moving forward, that is probably going to be higher than it actually is. But again, I will review it on the 1st of February and I'll update these figures. And then basically, this is basically where I schedule everything. So you can see scheduled or approved. So like stuff that I've probably drafted and that's ready to go out. And then as you can see here, this is my planner where I know what I'm posting every single day. And then I've also got, again, a insight, so it lets me know all time scheduled. So I've got 2 posts that are scheduled, all content has been scheduled, and then it lets me know like what I've got coming up for the week and what I've coming up for the month. So I've got 2 planned posts and 1 scheduled post. So again, and then obviously at the bottom there, it adds up all of my following, so it lets me know how much followers I have on across all my platforms. I like the insight bit because it lets you know like where you might be lacking. So for example, if something is not scheduled which needs to be scheduled, this will highlight that. And then my favorite part, which I think is the key thing for me, is having a dashboard for each platform, because again, each platform is their own and you could be doing well on one and not doing well on the other. And I feel like, for example, my carousel posts do well on TikTok, but they don't do well on Instagram. I feel like my reels do much better on Instagram, maybe because I'm smaller. I don't create carousel posts for Instagram yet. That's why I create separate platforms, because even though one could be a video, one could be a post, it just lets me know separately how I'm going to post on each platform. So we'll just look into my YouTube dashboard quickly. So again, at the top, it shows my goals. Well, at the top, it links to the other dashboards. So if I quickly wanted to go into TikTok, I could go into TikTok just like that. And if I want to go back to YouTube, I can go back to YouTube just like that. So that's why they're there. It's just for that quick, easy access. And then we've got my goals. So my goal is to get to 500 subscribers. I've got 138 days to make it happen. And then it's basically end of Q1 basically. And I'm at 36%. And then these are all my video ideas that I have. And then this is my recording and publishing page. So this is my recording day. So as you guys can see, Notion pages that I'm recording right now, and then you will see my publishing page. So this will be posted on Thursday when you guys see this. But then if we go to TikTok now, TikTok's dashboard will be slightly different. So as you can see, my goal is to get to 5,000 subscribers on TikTok, and I am currently at 4,231, and that is 84%. I've got 77 days left to get that completed. And then these are all the videos that I will be posting on the platform. So again, you can see TikTok Reel. If I feel like both of them are going to be a video, that's fine. I will link them both, but some posts will be specifically for TikTok and some posts would do better on Instagram, so they won't go on both platforms. So again, if we look at my Instagram platform, the goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm at 150, which is 15%, and that similar thing here. We've got a whole list of content that is going to be posted on the platform. Pinterest, I don't really have anything planned right now because a lot of my Pinterest content is reposted. So it's basically I've already created it for TikTok or Instagram, and I'm just going to repost it on there. I've only heard a few people talk about Pinterest, and I've only recently started to post on there, but I haven't actually checked how it's doing. But again, I just feel like it's just for me to push out my Notion templates so that it can reach a greater audience for people who are curious about it. So yeah, that's just basically my content creation, and that helps me to stay on track with everything. I also have my full-on brand strategy. I have my content creation research, which is research that I do on videos that I want to create. And then I have content planner, so that helps me to plan out my content overall. And then I have like plan and schedule and like my vision board. So yeah, it's just broken down even more into more specific details of things. Again, if you want me to do like a full breakdown of any of these, just let me know. I'm just kind of showing you guys my most used templates, which help me to stay organized in the key areas of my life. So I'm gonna show you guys one more template, because again, I don't want this video to be too long, but I feel like this template is very, very important because I use it a lot. And that is my 75-day hard challenge. So I kind of created this because I'm currently doing 75-day hard, and if you guys want to see my progress, definitely follow me on TikTok because I'm posting my daily progress on there every single day. I'm not posting it on Instagram Instagram or on my Instagram stories, but I'm not posting it. So we are currently on day 8, and this is just a simple tracker. It's available for anyone that is interested in doing the 75 hard. It doesn't have to necessarily be hard. It could be medium, it could be soft. You can just change the banner to make it say what you want, and then you just put your rules in over here, and it basically calculates your percentage. So it calculates your percentage for each habit that you are completing. It also calculates your overall progress. So as you can see, I've got 8.1 for my exercise every day. I've got 2.7 for my diet. I've got 8.1 for cheat meals. I've got 6.8% for drinking 2 liters of water. I've got 8.1% again for reading, and I've got 6.8% for my supplements, and I've got 6.8% for my photos, and then my overall total progress is at 6.4%. Again, I have broken down this into weeks, but I've also broken it down into quarters. So this is my first quarter, so you can see here like my overall progress for each day. But I've also decided to break this down into weeks, which makes it easier for me to track on a weekly basis, because sometimes when you see like this massive quarter, you're like, oh my god, I've got so much to do, but you really don't, because if you look at it, I'm already on day 8. So yeah, and I'm on week 2, so that's this here. So yeah, this is another tracker that I use. I've been using a lot recently, and yeah, very helpful. Helps me to stay focused, lets me know where I'm slipping and sliding, what I'm not achieving in this challenge. So that brings us to the end of this video, and I've just been so excited to show you my pages for a while now. If you guys like any of my pages, like I've said, or you're curious about anything to do with Notion, definitely hit the subscribe button, because I've got a lot more Notion content coming for 2025, particularly breaking these down so that you guys can go from such a basic level to a pro. Again, if you have enjoyed this video, or you're curious about any of my templates on my pages, even if the ones that you saw on the list that I haven't spoken about today, just let me know in the comments, because I can definitely do a part 2 for you guys, because I've got Notion pages for days, and I'm happy to share them with you guys. Again, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will definitely catch you in my next one. Love you. Bye.